Elon Musk is America's biggest welfare queen, and that's because the private sector is not as innovative as it likes to tell us it is. It actually relies heavily on the federal government for most of its innovation funding. So even though government workers might still be using WebEx to communicate and don't get alcohol served at their events, the most cutting edge of technology comes out of the government funding. I'm Dr. K. I'm an industrial organizational psychologist, and I research the unwritten rules of work for people from low-income backgrounds. And I was the first IO psychologist to identify lower income background as a socially stigmatized identity at work, even after experiencing social class mobility. I've worked in academic, public, and private sectors, and I can tell you that most companies do not invest a large amount of money in research and development, but the government does. And this is because most corporations only look at short-term profits, not long-term. So they rely on technology that the government has identified on its own, like in the military with GPS and such, or they get grants from the government to then fund their own research and innovation. Things that have been invented using taxpayer dollars include the internet, the algorithm that Google uses, touchscreen technology, and even closed captioning. So taxpayer dollars discover these things, and then private sector innovators like Steve Jobs, for example, package all of those together into an iPhone and then sell them back to us for $1,000 a pop. And this happens a lot with Tesla and SpaceX, which is why I said Elon Musk is actually America's biggest welfare queen, because I don't know any who also receive $4.9 billion in funding while also paying a suspiciously little amount of taxes. So of course the government is taking a risk that many organizations don't want to make, because the government knows they have taxpayer dollars and they're trying to find things. They're not immediately concerned about profit like a company would be, especially a small business like mine. We're taking a risk. There's not a lot of wiggle room. But where things get sus is that all the burden of these costs are on the taxpayer, and then all the benefits go to the shareholders in these companies. So all of that to say, if you have moved up in social class and you're feeling imposter syndrome in your new environment of big wigs and tech bros, just remember that the food stamps you grew up on came out of the same pot as the ideas that those folks have, and you totally deserve to be there. Thanks for watching. If you found this helpful and you want to learn more, join my school linked in my bio. It's where I do all of my courses, and I have weekly group coaching. If you want to ask me about your situation one-on-one, you can book some time on my calendar. The first 20 minutes are free, and one-on-one coaching is available for purchase. But if you want to test the waters first, I recommend joining my Thursday call in my school community, where you can learn from other people, network, and ask me questions live. Leave a comment if you'd like to see a video about a particular topic or a course in my school.